bless America.
Oh.
4, 5, 6, 7.
7.
You're still gonna
Cheating. History. You should get that.
Holy shit.
Let's go! Why, hello, and welcome to Nickel City X-Wing. This is Game 3, and it is a Draft League game for you tonight. First, I have no idea which team Sean is on.
Punishers.
Yeah, okay. Representing the Punishers, like I knew all along. It's Sean B. and filling in for Tanner tonight, representing the end game.
We're in the end game now.
It's Cam Murray, classic Empire versus CIS. I am once again joined by the Drews. It's Pim and Block.
You're not gonna insult us like that, man.
Yes, I am.
Greg, I was hoping we could spend this game having a rousing conversation about credit scores.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
What do you want to know?
Well, I'm the credit score expert here, so what would you like to know?
Is 771 good?
771 is generally good, a good indicator, yeah.
How do I
That-
improve my credit score? Sorry.
So 771 is strong enough that your credit score likely does not matter for approvals and matters in a very small way for rates.
Like, what type of rate am I not getting at 771 that I would get at 800?
So it depends on whether you're looking at a mortgage or a securitized or unsecuritized asset. Something securitized like an installment loan, you're talking. I mean, I have no idea what within the current interest rate environment. I couldn't tell you because I've only spent time when they were much lower. But a percent to a couple of percent better is the difference between like a 720 and a 750. But really, it depends on how the bank analyzes the risk and how it's securitized and what the loan is about. And you're at that point, like it's a lot about your credit history and not just the number.
Why did my credit score go down after I paid off my credit card?
The real answer is the credit score doesn't actually matter anymore. Every major bank is building their own credit scores. This is a non-answer. I'll answer the question at some point, but the real answer is that like it doesn't matter because any bank that is building their own view of your credit history isn't going to care. Your credit score in theory went down because you have no balance. Like you do not owe any money, therefore you are not regularly paying money. And it is a sign of, I don't know, trust or whatever mathematical indicator it is that you consistently have a balance of some sort. A balance not meaning you're paying interest, just that you have money out there.
I got a question for you. On which date is it appropriate to ask your date to provide their credit score? What number? 3? 4?
You should know their social before you go on the first date.
Okay.
I recommend going
through
through a trash can.
Okay.
At night, that's I think the most effective strategy.
Okay, I can do that.
Can anyone look up anyone's credit score?
No.
Are you lying to me?
Is this a real question? Or are you just
Yes.
guessing?
No, I'm serious.
No. I mean, credit score is private protection information. Or the score? Well, if you give your social, you can. But like, no, in theory, unless their systems are hacked, you can't get someone's credit score without their social.
But you would only need someone's, if you were going to, like, let's say impersonate someone, hack them, take the financial information, you'd only need their social and their address, right?
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think like in a lot of systems, you could put an incorrect address or a different address and all that information, and the social will be enough. But it just depends on the security of the bank.
Okay. Any questions from the chat? Anyone else need any credit information?
I still don't understand why my credit score went down.
It's because they want you to keep having a balance, so you keep paying
I mean,
monthly.
the reason your credit score went down is that there's a mathematical model that predicts your likelihood to charge off to not pay a revolving interest credit account. And there's something in the model that indicates that you owing less money to someone means that you are more likely to charge off on your account.
The
I know
fuck
it is.
sense does that make?
Sense is
It-
banned.
It's not about sense, right? Like it's about what the data behind you predicts. It's like it is a predictive model tied to chargeback rates, like to your rate of not paying a revolving interest loan. And it doesn't really matter to the banks why it's happening, other than the fact they need to
This
build a
guy,
model.
like fucking, this is the theory they're using. This guy paid off all his debts, therefore he's not likely to pay off his debts.
I mean, yeah, weird stuff happens.
Fucking stupid.
All this talk about debts and payment has reminded me I have to pay my air conditioning repair bill.
You also have to pay me.
Okay, how much?
$72,000.
I don't have that much.
Well, that's why it's collecting interest. Fucking get it to me.
All right, fair enough.
Andrew, do you know any collections agencies?
I do not know any independent collections agencies, no, but I have worked in collections analytics.
So, how much do you think I could sell Pim 72,000 debt for?
That's a good question.
Him is worthless, obviously.
Well, that's just hurtful.
I mean,
I
not
thought
wrong,
we were
though.
friends. I thought
I
we
meant
were friends.
financially, not emotionally, obviously.
I have a, that's fair. Yeah. I have a lot of student loan debt. I mean, not comparatively. It just seems like a lot.
How bad is it going to break your heart when the Supreme Court is like, we can forgive people, but not students?
How much would losing $20,000 break your heart?
See, here's the thing: is that corporations are people, but students are definitely not people.
Yeah, that makes sense. So just imagine that someone said they were going to give you $20,000, right? And then 5 old assholes said you don't actually deserve that. You don't get $20,000. That's how it's going to feel when it gets knocked down.
Do you know, did the old Baccaroony? Andrew, does a bank have more rights
Yes.
than I do?
I can answer that one, yes.
Well, they have more money, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Money equals rights, guys. Welcome to America. I see that DBS 404 is going to take on the might of the Empire by himself. Pretty brave.
Yeah, he probably banks independently.
DBS 404?
Yeah.
100%. Do you think the Empire is
Normally,
going
I
to
wouldn't
just...
question Cam's Fireside play, but I really hate where Django is right now.
Django can't really get around. Like, he can't be a factor this next turn, right?
I don't even like the rocks for Django. Like, why are these rocks in these places?
Yeah. He can't really weave around him, can he? And not that easily, I guess, but...
Why?
I don't hate it. I think you've maybe done a mistake with Sai. She's in a weird... Oh, the corgi thing. Thought the Y was why Sai folk or banked.
I have a real question. I do not understand these Juno builds I see out there. Like, I completely do not understand Sean's Juno build. Like, why are these things chosen?
I don't get concussion missiles either. I like pattern analyzer on her.
Yeah, pattern crack or not pattern. I like the passive
Passives.
sensors.
Yeah,
just
passives are pretty
honestly,
good.
just for the fun factor, like it is cool and good. I get pattern too, but it's like missiles and I don't know.
The
I
missile
just don't
builds
get
are
it.
strange.
Like, I get that missiles deny the range 3 dice, but
But with passives, you can just get out of range 3. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect information lock seems pretty good. Especially after Vader shoots, right? Use Sai, coordinate, Juno a focus. Then Juno can just passive, and then let Vader do his business, and then take a lock on whoever you need to afterwards.
Yeah, it's. I mean, this is basic to say, but like it gets your range band farther, which lets you be a little bit more conservative with your initial engage, with your initial dial setting, and then you can lock boost, or you can just like sit far back, focus if you need to, or
Yeah.
you can
I guess you can
passive and
calc.
lock boost later. Yeah.
You can always calc too if you don't have a lock.
Mhm.
If for some reason things work out differently, just calc and you can still boost.
Yeah.
It's a great ability.
I like Obel being so far away too. Ugh.
What's his range on his ability? Is that 0 to 2, 0 to 3?
0
Go
to
to
2
2.
bonus.
Yeah, you're gonna be in a little weird spot. Ubble on a flank is kind of strange. Because he's almost who you want them to be shooting, right?
I don't know if I completely agree with that because
I guess
the
on a list
later
with
in the
Sai,
game he
but
exists, the more difficult he gets to kill because
yeah.
you take more damage, you can't initiative kill him, and therefore it gets riskier and riskier to shoot him.
Yeah.
And like Juno is definitely your trade piece here. Like Ubel is too, but Juno is also a solid
Well,
trade piece.
Sai's dying, right?
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
Sai can't live in this kind of like she's a 5-point pinata. The question is how much can you do before she dies?
yeah.
Steps have an insane position. I'm surprised Django fit. Look at that. Right next to that croissant.
Vader 3 straight. I imagine we got to have an afterburner here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you lock.
Lock on 4-4. Yeah, you should get that. Yeah.
And one more thing with Ubel's like because he's a turret, he can move fast late game, and the barrel roll's so big that like sometimes you can arc dodge,
Mhm.
usually not, but like you can run and stay at range while staying on target and
Yeah.
potentially blocking range with synced. So he's a lot better. He's more useful in that game. Like he's not good, right?
Mhm.
But
Sure.
he is a meaningful threat all the way to the end.
You think those heavies need to go to 4?
I mean, you know, like it's so hard to say because I think there needs to be like I like such a big points shake up that I don't even know, and I don't know how
Sure.
like Rampage. Yes, Rampage. I'll say sure, but the other
Sure.
ones, like I don't know. Lighten, I know is support, and I don't know.
There's only what 3 named ones: Lighten, Rampage, and Ubel. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they stay at 5, I wouldn't mind seeing them get a little more loadout. I'm not a huge Ubel fan. I guess when he's across the table, I don't love seeing him, but he's still like a ship that burns pretty quick.
Vader turns the blank into a hit. Targeting computer turns it into a crit. But hey, look at your boy, 404, being all of 80.
I mean, if Ubel had enough for 5th and Sync Blazer, I think that's pretty good. 5th Gunner. So you have to gain, what, like 6, 7 loadout?
Well, that's what I was saying earlier, Fish and Sniper. Ubel's just not involved in this game at all. Don't like the position. Grievous, a nice outmaneuver shot here to Juno. Juno will probably spend. Does.
Take a
That's going to
crit.
be a shield on Juno. Range 3 obstructed into your boy, Django from the shuttle. Hey, what do you say, shuttle?
Bam, bam, bam.
Hey, crit. Not a problem.
Tepe's getting all those green paint right now.
And a notorious trigger.
No, notorious.
I believe it'll be 3-2 after this round.
With that, you can't turn over that debris, can you, if you're 404? I know you can strut lock override, but I think almost anything. I think the 3 heart still sits you on it. Do you get through it? I don't know. It's a weird question, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think you can turn on it.
Like
Well,
a 3 and then like a barrel roll lock trying to block
I
Vader
just
could be
don't
pretty
think
good.
that's, even if you do fit, is it really worth it if you can just force straight out of there and not lose points? Like 404 is
I
there to
guess.
not lose points. Like he's just bad.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if you can turn and maybe get a block on Vader if he goes too quick, then try to put a haymaker into Ubel next turn.
I just don't see Vader as getting a great shot next turn. And so I don't know if that really brings you a lot of value, and like losing the 3 points in Oobles early when you could just sit in the back and take objectives.
Ubel's out of it for another turn.
2 turns. Yeah. Like this next turn, he gets maybe a decent shot, but then following turn, I mean, he gets a crappy shot.
Oh,
Excuse me.
who's he
This turn maybe
getting
gets
a
a bad
shot?
turn. Yeah, that's
I
what
don't,
I'm
I don't
sorry.
know who Ubel shoots this turn.
If he does a 3 bank, and depending on where 404 goes, he may be able to snag him. But he's not going to have a meaningful shot, is what I meant to say. Apologize.
Apology not accepted.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think Grievous is going shuttle hunting.
Yeah, I can see that. That shuttle could one bank. Can she 3 straight is my question. I don't think so. Trying to think where you want to be. They're just gonna have an HLC on you.
I think I'd dial in the 3 straight.
Yeah.
If I run over the thing, I run over the thing. But what else am I gonna fucking do here?
Yeah. Dirge may, like I said, Dirge is in a spot where he could. He's probably gonna proton cannon you regardless of what happens. Or I
Well,
guess
he has
HLC
to
you.
decloak first, so
Oh, that's true. Yeah, well, if you decloak straight, you do a 3 straight, try to just get in the middle. That wouldn't be terrible.
if he does decloak, it should be to the left. But
Yeah, then you have to figure out how to get around Django, though, because you're going first.
yeah, well, that would be like a 3 bank.
Yeah. Decloak 5k, that would be a move.
I don't think the 5K actually gets you past where the shuttle would be.
Yeah.
It clears the debris, so that's step 1.
One thing I think it's always funny at TTS is I can see Cam's finger pointing to where the decloak is, and then his finger pointing to moves, and he's like clicking back and forth in Dirge's dial, trying to
Oh,
like
yeah.
decide what he's gonna do, and you can just see his hand floating where that decloak is gonna end up.
I've got a friend who, when I play them on TTS, they always, when they go to planning phase, they always change their color to gray. The spectator. Just because they do a lot of that, and like, yeah, I got tired of my opponents knowing exactly what I was doing.
No one freak out.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's see.
What are we not freaking out about? Well, Sai is gonna meet that debris next turn. Coordinating Vader is strange.
That makes no sense to me.
He's the one guy who doesn't really need it, right? I guess if you wanted to lock him.
He wants to lock,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because like you have Juno, you're gonna use the Palp Force probably for Juno, so you may as well just coordinate Juno focus and take that mod.
Yeah.
Is there any other reason he'd want to lock that I'm missing? I guess FCS, but yeah.
He just wants a double modded shot into the droid, I guess, right? If the droid runs. That might just be the whole reason right there, you know?
Ubo will take the lock. boost away.
I feel like Grievous is right where he wants to be right now. Making
Yeah.
Juno run. She can't really do much to punish.
The world
the
is
Empire
Grievous's oyster.
Yeah. Going Empire hunting today.
Vader, do you have to barrel roll?
I mean, I'd really like to see Vader get out of Ubel's way.
I would like to see Vader barrel roll left to let Ubel turn in next turn.
Yeah, I think so too. You may get a closer range bubble on that too. I think you may be already at 2, but
Yeah, now you let Ubel turn in next turn.
yeah.
Vader can 3 and then afterburn.
He's already used an afterburner, right? He's got one left.
Yeah, but what are you saving
All you
him?
need. Yeah, that's all you need.
Greg, I like this new technique you got in the stream here.
It's called Epic Pen.
It's pretty awesome. How is it
What'd you
working?
say?
So basically, it creates like a screen capture that you import into OBS. So you're like drawing on your screen, not on the actual game,
Gotcha.
and it imports that into OBS.
Love
Greg,
it.
you are the Lewis and Clark of X-Wing streams. This
He's
is pretty
exploiting an Indian woman.
awesome.
I will say he's not wrong because I did invent the dice box. I invented it and I gave the technology to Will, who then told Dion how to do it. And Dion was rich enough to afford a second computer before I was to actually maximize it. The original dice box, this is one hit on 404 here, console fire. The original dice box was done with one computer, but it was so much better with 2, and I told them how to do it. I have contributed a lot to X-Wing. No
Ever
one
since
was
then,
saying
GSP's been
banger.
taken off.
100 nickels. He forgets the Django ability here.
Yes.
You can't really forget it when your opponent does that. Greg, you're the savior we all need, a trailblazer. Wouldn't have heard of NTX without GSP.
Yeah. We all make mistakes sometimes.
The thing people need to realize is that we're not competing with GSP because it's not a competition. There's no.
Because if it was, we kicked their ass.
If we wouldn't though. That it was like we wouldn't.
Shh, don't tell him that, Greg.
So this is an outmaneuver Django hit crit into Juno. Greens have been good all the way around right now. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is not. This is wrong. That was Ubel into 404. Oh, what I was thinking. It's a disabled power regulator, so I think that's going to be a damage or ionized
4-4 just like
404.
can't stop taking crits right now. Poor guy keeps catching them.
Catch these hands. The first XTC online was super fun. But that was also in the middle of all my Spectrum drama.
Classic.
Yeah.
I will say this is a great turn to shoot duels.
Yeah, he can't really do much here. I would ionize him if you could.
Yeah. Even just one ion token and getting duels ionized a different turn be useful.
Yeah.
Spends Palp and Juno's down shields. And now range 3. So this is going to be 3v3 with 2 rerolls for Grievous. God, hot dice just all the way around. And Juno's going to spend and we'll take a crit. And Juno's crit is a loose stabilizer.
That's a bummer. That loose stabilizer would not be a easy thing to fix.
Console fire on DBS. Nothing. DBS gets ionized. So if DBS had locks, they'd go.
Now imagine if DBS had done the 4 straight there. Would have been beautiful.
And the shuttle. It's got obstructed to both DBS and Grievous. Can only shoot one. You might as well shoot the one you're double modded into, right?
Yeah, go for that kill if you can.
Yeah, why not? And spin that lock. Hit, crit. 404. Takes another crit. I mean, all told, 404's rolled a shit ton
Ooh.
of.
Stun Pod's turning off the strut lock there. I guess you can do it, but you're still taking the damage.
And then Empire seems to think they have 3 points. Ooh, Obel's out of range of the top one. CIS is going to get the middle 2. Empire is going to get 1. So 5-3 for endgame. Turn 4 on deck, 45 minutes left. This is a pretty simple turn, I think, for most players. Grievous, 2 banks.
And Juno's really just
The shuttle
2
almost
straight.
has to bank.
I mean, it could stop.
If the shuttle stops, do you fuck yourself next turn?
I think you kind of already fucked the shuttle. Does the stop block Django and Dirge significantly?
Well, if I'm Django, I'm banking over here. Just a nice little 2 bank. Because I think people forget this back arc.
Yeah.
Very,
Yeah,
very,
back
very
arc, good. Good arc.
Yeah, back arc, good. Juno has to basically bank this way. Probably focus boost. We'll
Juno's got that loose
probably bank
stabilizer, right?
again.
Yeah, Juno's
Oh,
kind of.
yeah.
I think
fine.
Juno's just dead. Like, yeah, I think Juno's dead.
If Juno goes straight,
She kind of has to 1 bank focus boost and just accept she's taking a damage and try to
yeah,
live. But
I don't know. I think you 1 bank focus boost.
yeah, you have to take at least the damage from that.
I would dial in the 3 with Vader so I get afterburners and see if I can't turn the corner. This should be a boost in this direction here to at least attempt to not get aced by Vader. but there's not a lot 404 can do.
Do you think Vader's going to decommit from 404 right now and go into someone else?
No, because the too hard comes over this cloud.
Yeah.
So there's nowhere for Vader to decommit to.
Yeah, all right. Fair enough.
And if Ubel, I do think they have a 1 hard, so Ubel could turn, but I do think
It
that's
is
also
red.
red.
Yeah.
Yeah, just too hard in.
I think the 2 hard's probably fine, yeah.
If you could side 2 hard straight,
2 hard straight.
or sorry, two straight, I think I hate that. I don't. There's no good options here for Empire.
Size kind of
Empire's
bone.
kind of in a size bone, Juno's bone.
Yeah. And you haven't done enough damage with the other 2 yet to really make up for that. Empire's got a hill to climb right now.
We got boned.
Ball.
I mean, honestly though, could Grievous be in a better position right now?
Oh, Grievous is exactly where he wants. This is like a dream game for him.
Yeah.
I gotta say the last game I played with Sai, and then watching this game back, I'm getting really convinced that she needs collision detector. Like I know Palpatine's very easy, like throw that on her.
Well,
Make
the
it
thing that sucks
30.
about Psy is the dial sucks, right?
Which is why I think you just gotta commit to collision detector because like there's gonna be turns where you're just kind of boned and you can't do anything. So just open your dial up as much as possible by letting yourself go onto rocks.
Yeah, I think
That's
Psy's probably just bad, even though the action economy seems good.
I think she can be good. I just think, again, I think you have to put collision detector on her just because I think she needs to be able to go wherever she wants.
I played a couple of games with Psy, Second Sister, Juno, and Vader, and I just didn't. I felt like Psy was still probably worse than Faroff with Seventh, just because Psy is going to die, and you can't
Yeah.
make your opponent work for it. Like
Yeah.
reinforce is neat and all, but like you bring Psy to coordinate and to get the actions,
Yeah.
and at least Faroff can like
It's like a free evade
boost three
usually.
bank and like make your opponent fly to a corner to kill her.
Yeah.
Psy just like sits there and gets stuck and dies.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. With all the medium bases, look at all this room. Why was the Empire not in here? Look
Yeah.
at all this. Psy, 2 hards, which is red. I'm going to take another one for the debris cloud, and we'll have to roll for a damage.
Yeah, I'm thinking if you're flying her from now on, you gotta just throw like passives and passives, I'm sorry, collision and like Captain Hark on her. Give her a focus after those red 2 hards. Let her go over debris and not get double stressed.
So 404 gets rid of the ion. Oh, the world is the CIS's oyster right now.
I mean, they've taken what? 3 damage collectively? And
Yeah.
you've got Juno on to 1 essentially, and Sai's in a bad spot. I mean, things are about to snowball really bad for the Empire.
I like the barrel roll there. Make a little room for Django. And the 1 hard is what is chosen.
You've heard of leave room for Jesus. Get ready for leave room for Django.
All right, so Juno will take a damage from loose stabilizer. It does repair loose stabilizer, and Juno can focus boost. But all I'm afraid they're
You
doing
barrel
right now.
boost? Mm. Yeah, that's probably fine.
I think you're taking a shot from Django now. If Django banked the veteran turret gunner, oh, he doesn't have veteran
Yeah.
turret gunner. Why?
Oh, interesting. You got Dooku, Thermos, Notorious, Contraband.
All right, Vader, barrel roll, barrel roll focus.
Do a barrel roll. Yeah, you still got that lock. I'm going for Afterburner boost.
And now the barrel roll definitely.
Yeah. Get that shot. Take out 404.
Oh, Dooku turned. I hate it.
That is interesting.
Not a fan, but this does open up a world for Dooku. All right, Vader for a kill into DBS 404. Hit, crit. Hit, crit, go in, and that should do it. 404 is dead, but honestly, took up shots long enough. Did its part. If you can trade 404 for Juno, I count that as a pretty decent trade.
He's done his job. Plus, Vader's been caught up for the entire game so far.
Yeah. I think I'd shoot Vader here.
Yeah, I would too.
Sai really isn't going to be a threat. Right, Google should get one calculate. Should have got one calculate. But this is into Django obstructed. Django has a force, spends it, takes nothing. Now Dirge, range 1 bullseye. That's pretty good. Google is going to take it all.
Yeah, therein lies the problem with the Brute.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like insta half points. I mean, obviously, you don't
Oh,
get
it's
half points
Ion.
on this, but.
Yeah.
Oh, is an Ion cannon?
Yeah. That's why he's 4. He's ionized now.
Oh, that's great. That's fine. He's fine with that.
Yeah, I think you're okay with that.
Ubel will get to take a return shot.
Hot roll.
Dirge will lose his shields. And Tiber Saxon will get spent, which means Dirge will also be strained 2 times. Grievous will shoot into Ubel. Classic 3v2. No problem spending here. Hit crit. Ubel natties. And now Sai. Yeah, I think you shoot Dirge while you can. It's going to be 2v1. Sai still has the force, so be 2. You get 1 into Dirge. All right, they're going to count objectives. Dirge is in range of that middle one, so that middle one will go to CIS. Top right goes to Empire, so I think it's 1-1 there. So 7-6, Sean. 31 minutes left. Turn 5 upcoming. So
Man, Juno just can't back at all. Like her job is just to not die right now, right?
Who? Juno?
Juno.
Actually, you know what? 1 hard Grievous.
Yeah. Keep pressure on.
If Juno does a 1 bank, then a barrel and boost, I think you get out of the 1 hard though.
Well, force her to do it.
Juno could. I Grievous could bank towards Ubel.
Yeah, it's sometimes like
Smack him.
if you 1 hard Grievous, you stick him in another bad 1 hard spot the next turn, and I think
Yeah,
it's
but
2
you
turns.
stick him. You stick him in spots that he's constantly capping this point as well. And frankly, Ubel will have to focus, or was only allowed to focus after the 1 hard here. So even if he goes second and it gets off clean, I'm not actually worried about that shot from Ubel, because Grievous will be facing the other way. Grievous is at full health. We'll get the reroll on defense. And I think killing Juno is more important than worrying about maybe like losing shields. Because right now, Dirge is in no man's land. Only strain, so maybe the K turn. Right? Dirge has a 5K. I think that does fit.
You do, because you may land an HLC that next turn if you're second player.
Well, I think Django has now decided that killing any of these ships is beneath him. He's in now full Vader mode because there's just nowhere to go. Meanwhile, Sai is going to try and claim this and maybe live another day.
Yeah.
Although, actually, you know what? I'm wrong. So Sai is going to go forward or bank. So this is... Sai's going to either end up here or like here. Django's going to 1 hard because Sai will be gone. So I think if Vader's smart, you 2 hard. Barrel roll focus or target lock. I don't think the 2 hard puts you in front of the rock, so... Sai healthy. Sai is healthy for now. That health can run out real fast on a fire spray versus
She also can't
Lambda.
really do much. It's kind of looking the wrong way right now.
So I think the one heart here is beautiful for Django. But if Django goes straight, I get being worried about Vader. We're kind of taking it out. All right, Grievous decided to go this way. Ark's going to be facing nothing. So Grievous just focus, I guess.
You get boost, right? Towards Ubel.
Why though?
Oh, Ubel's going to get blocked by Dirge. You could have shot on him.
I don't see how that's actually going to help you.
You'll catch him, right? Am I mistaken on that?
I think you're very mistaken.
Yeah, well, possible.
Ark's like running here. Even if Ubel bumps up there, I don't think it catches anything. Plus, I think the one bank actually clears. I'm not sure it doesn't hit the asteroid though.
Oh, I think I just think you just straight it just to be safe. So I'm with you. I think it's too close to the asteroid.
Yeah, it's well out.
Yeah. Yeah, I was mistaken.
I think you let Juno off the hook too.
Yeah, Juno is free to run and take points now. That is true.
Too hard from Vader. Vader's force is full. I say you go ahead and lock Django.
Man, I wish the Lambda could turn around somehow.
It really needs an updated dial.
Config, Kate's turn, whatever.
Cam takes the bump. And again, all I see happening here from my eye in the sky is all the pressure on Sai, gone. All the pressure on Juno, gone. This is the only pressure right now.
Yeah. Yeah, the Imperials might get away with it right now.
So Vader, range 0, does nothing.
Oh, do you have an HLC and
I do
Brute
believe
right now?
it's going to have an HLC.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
We'll
No way to double tap.
one hit into a strained Vader who does get the evade. Uul, no shots. Juno, no shots. Dirge should be an HLC. No mods, though, I believe. Who needs them? Hey! HLC
hey.
natties. You can't spend the focus because you're dead to rights.
Yeah, no chance to double tap. Big sad.
And Sai gonna get the range 1 into Django.
Unchain that man.
Could he have spent the palp there on defense there? That's probably miss trigger.
Yeah.
He could have.
Just
Yeah.
green tokens, yeah. But he's spending on offense instead.
And he's gonna get a shield off of Django.
Django's about to drop two thermals right on top of Ubu if you're not careful though.
And then contraband to 4K and boost on in, yeah.
Yeah, Django's sitting pretty right now.
So I believe this is gonna be 2-2.
Where Vader
One.
is right now, can Vader too hard toward? No, he can't. Never mind.
So 9-7 Sean, turn 6. We got 23 minutes left. But I still think Cam's in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I think so too. The Imperials are hurting, and not much you can do to climb back right now.
So 1 straight from the shuttle. Too hard from Django?
Yeah.
No, this is probably... Actually, you know what I would do? Is I would bank and then go ahead and spin that arc back. And then I think I 3 hard, focus boost, and get that point. Vader 4K?
You got 2 thermals coming. I don't know.
Yeah. What about Vader bailing out this way and trying to get a piece of Dirge and or Grievous?
If you can fit it, that's what I would do.
Shuttle better not get too close to that corner. I think the shuttle's going straight and then it's going to have to 2 hard either direction next turn. So you're going to get... You don't want to cede this point. If you're Empire right now, you have to play all the points. So if you 1 hard, you need to be within range 1 of that point. Especially if the ship's doing the running right now, you have to find some value from them, and it's not going to be from the offense right now. Here's my problem. Vader's used his afterburners.
Yeah.
I think the 2 hard is your only option, and I still think a thermal's going to get you.
Yeah. Oh, you got 4 health, right? You can afford 1 thermal?
The title says, thank you for the subscription.
I think a
Just
2
popping
hard
by
puts you
late.
in too bad of a spot for the next turn. I think
Yeah.
you may just have to accept the thermals.
Yeah, that's possible. Oh, here they come.
Yep. All right. Lieutenant Sai, first on deck. 1 banking. So still in range here. Don't hate it. Although next turn, I mean, you have to 2 hard this way. It's already
Yeah.
in the stars. Like, there's just no escape from that 2 hard.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can punish you for it, but yeah, for sure you do.
And I think you're probably out of coordinate range. I would consider, tries it, doesn't get it. I would have considered the reinforce to the rear.
Yeah.
Was the
Sure,
reinforced red or white on these? Oh, they didn't even have them. Oh, they do. They do. They have it. Yeah, the reinforced is white. I would have reinforced the rear. Django, I like that position. Not sure I love it. My opinion will change real fast depending on what Vader does. Dirge clears everything. Takes the focus.
If Ubel does it too hard, he can run out of a shot here. Maybe.
Juno missing everything. I think going for offense from Juno here was a bit of a mistake. Oof. That is definite HLC.
That's not what you want to see.
No.
Ubel's probably pretty boned right now.
Rotate.
Yeah, see if you can at least get a shot off in the system phase. Or at the end of activation, I should say.
Well, you should be able to get 2 shots off.
Yeah.
Contraband 4K from your boy Django and a boost. Vader tried the 3 hard.
Oof.
Put him on debris
That's unfortunate. And you're near the.
and into both thermals.
Yeah.
That's a fortunate son moment.
Bow now. Bow now.
Vader brace for impact.
Vader strains. Hit into Ubble. So Ubble's down to 2. Vader blanks. Ubble blanks. That second thermal's a dud. Django, first shot. Vader all day.
I think Ubel's about to experience a rapid, unplanned disassembly.
Oh, I don't
I
know why
think
you don't go into
Ubel,
Vader.
like the SpaceX ship, is supposed to disassemble. You're just supposed to get a bit out of it.
This is true. I gotta say, kudos to those. Like, if you guys watched the SpaceX launch today, like the on-air personalities handled it so well when things went wrong. I guess for certain definitions of wrong, but
I used to love SpaceX, and then the guy who owns it kept talking. Well, Ubble's
Still a
off
cool
the
launch.
board.
you should get a bonus shot.
No,
Unless he's already done it. Did he already do
wasn't
it?
he wasn't in arc.
Didn't have
Ooh.
Django yet.
Oh, it's only against the attacker. I see. I thought it was after you took damage. I don't read.
This is an ion cannon shot into Juno. No mods. Only 1 evade. Palp. Palp is the savior.
Good job, Papa Palp.
Go Papa Palpatine. Juno gonna get a range 3 back. It wasn't really expected to succeed the whole way. It's not supposed to blow up, and no one can tell me it's supposed to blow up. You can't fucking tell me it was designed to blow up. I'd rather it blow up now than when people are in it, but still blowing up is bad.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying there, Callahan, but like at the same time, it's like at some point you got to test it really, right, and see what happens. See where you need to make improvements. So,
Oh, Vader. Rolling natties on that strain. Vader's getting out of this pretty cheap, I think.
yeah.
I would agree. Vader's too cheap. 1 point up.
2v3 now into Django. Sai, the only one who's actually done damage to Django. 1 hit. That's going in. Second shield. Oh, Juno's not in range. So it's only going to be a 2-1 pickup. Cam storms into the lead. Round 7 upcoming. 14 minutes left. 13-11 CIS. What's this series at? Anyone know?
No one can know. It's a mystery.
Endgame is losing 1-0 after a Dread Champ win earlier for the Punishers. So if Cam can close this out, it would tie the series back up. Well, that's just incorrect, Maddie. All right,
That comment was not fire.
too hard. We know this is going to be a too hard because it's going to give a stress. And if you're too hard this way, you're likely not getting out of it. So, too hard. Vader to bank. Does Dirge have bomb?
No. Ion HLC, no bombs.
So Dirge, one bank maybe? Try to keep Juno in. And Django, I'm sending here so I can boost in and probably attack Juno. And then I do believe it's time for Grievous to go Psy shopping. Django not one bank after Vader. No, I think right now Cam's goal, take out Juno, get that 4 points, puts you at 17. Then you're almost certainly getting at least 2. It puts you on the doorstep of victory where you don't even need to go after Vader.
Or Psy. For that matter.
Yeah. Side too hard right. Whoever called it is a genius. A fucking pioneer of X-Wing.
Good job, Noah. I just assumed it was him.
Oh, a 2 bank from General Grievous. Do we get the focus boost like a certain someone called? Okay, that's a direction. Didn't think it was going that way.
Answer is no.
That almost certainly means Django's too hard and right?
I mean, he'll one bank right to clear the stress, but sure.
Oh, yeah, he's got stress. Forgot about that. Do you know? I think I'd focus boost left because I don't want Dirge clearing their maneuver on me.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
One bank gets caught. Vader, 2 banks.
Take a lock on someone for next turn.
Well, he's already got a lock on Django. And this game's kind of trending towards where you might need to kill Django. So I think you focus here. Epic music today. I don't hear the music. That's only a you guys hear the music thing. I don't let it play in my ears. It's too distracting. So if you want to know what any particular thing is, you can go !song in chat. And it'll tell you what it is. It's all free, like royalty-free stuff off of Pretzel. All right, range 2. This is for a kill. Classic 3v3 into Juno Eclipse. Spend the lock. Will force for 2. Yes. Juno dies.
Okay.
And that 4 points puts Cam on the edge of victory.
The edge of glory.
And more importantly, I don't know if it's more importantly since range 0, but that is an initiative kill, denying Juno even the basics. I don't think we got any other shots this round.
I mean, I think that's it, right? Like
2-1.
Functionally, that's it.
So it's 1912. Realistically,
you can't do 8 damage into Django with one ship.
Yeah, you can't cover everything you need to cover here. Grievous, one hard, stays in range. Django, two hard, stays in range. That's it.
Yeah.
Cover. You got the objectives covered. That's going to be a GG.
Yeah, play it out for objectives, I guess. Try to score a couple points on the way out.
Yeah, you can try to inflate the amount of points you have scored here.
Which I obviously support.
Mm-hmm.
The thing
Hey,
is, do
points
you
can
think
matter,
you're going
man.
to lose a ship? I don't think you think you're going to lose a ship, so you can increase the amount of points.
Greg, what's the first tiebreaker on the individual rankings in the draft league?
So it's wins, then win percentage,
Mm-hmm.
then points scored.
Okay,
Then,
that's what I thought, which is why I yeeted Anakin in last game.
Yeah, and the last tiebreaker is plus minus.
Plus minus is draft position versus final position, right?
No, plus minus is your points scored versus their points.
Got it.
What you're talking about is efficiency.
Efficiency. Yeah. Right on.
Well, now Dirge is down to 2. After rocking himself just to maybe get in range. Django wants none of this beer, Guff. All right, let's see if there's any more points out there to be had. Vader, range 1. Into Django, needs to do 8 damage, which I don't think is actually even possible.
You know, forward directs and just get rid of the shields. Just have Cam move the shields and be nice to you.
But even if you got 2 directs, it just wouldn't be possible. Spend it all. Who gives a fuck? Yeah. 3 hits and a crit.
Love it.
Django likely take it off. There is a fuel leak. If only there were 7 more turns.
Yeah.
All right, Django into Vader. And we'll spend for 4. Vader blanks. Doesn't. Vader takes 3 and will survive on 1.
Hey, for your sub in game this week, you got to be pretty happy if you're the captain. Put him in not his usual faction, showing up and doing well.
Yep. So that is going to be 3 extra points to 1 extra point. And your final will be 22-13. Cam Murray steps in for Tanner and takes the dub for Endgame. This series is tied 1-1. Do we have any final thoughts?
No.
Okay.
Credit scores aren't real, and Pim needs to go to synagogue some more.
True. Never been.
You know what? I've never been to synagogue, but you know what I have been to?
Mormon church?
They hired my improv group to do a Purim party. So we did like improv at like a Purim event at like a Jewish community center somewhere in Los Angeles. And like we're hanging out, right? And they start reading the story. And I don't understand anything they're saying in the story because he's speaking Hebrew. But he mentions this one dude's name. and everyone starts booing. Like it's crazy, like just like straight, like it's like all the different words, and then this one name, and I forget the name, and they start booing, booing, boo, boo, and they got like noisemakers and stuff. It was so fun. What a great time. What's the story of Purim? Esther, the wife of a Persian king, hid the fact that she was Jewish. As the story goes, Haman, is that the guy? The vizier?
Haman, yes.
Haman, yeah. He's the guy you boo. Whenever his name gets mentioned in the story, just start booing.
Were they also drinking heavily, Greg?
No, it was a lot of kids. It was a lot of kids, and they
yeah.
were like dressed up. They were like, it was like Halloween
Yeah.
almost.
You're supposed to dress up, and part of the shtick is that you're supposed to be so drunk by the end of it that you can't tell the difference between Haman's name and Esther's name.
Okay, that seems antithetical to the story, but
Nah, it's great.
fair enough, I guess. I don't know. No, it was a lot of fun though. It was a very like kid oriented event, so there wasn't any drinking that I'm aware of. But there was a decent amount of food there, which was nice. And it felt very much like a Halloween party. It was a Halloween
glad you had
party
fun.
with a story, and you got to like boo. It was like
That's
Rocky
correct.
Horror
That's
meets
what-
Halloween.
Love it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Great time. All right, well, that's it for us. We'll talk to you all later. We'll see you back here Tuesday, if not before. Some programming notes. This upcoming Thursday, I will not be streaming. Yeah, I won't be here. And then my father is coming into town for his friend's funeral. Let me get the exact dates. On May 11th and leaving the 15th. So if that overlaps any Tuesday or Thursdays, I likely won't be streaming that either. So next Thursday, in a week from now, not streaming. And May 11th through 15th. Let me pull up a calendar. See if that covers anything. May 11th through 15th. Actually, you know what? That's a Thursday through a Monday, so that shouldn't impact the stream schedule at all. Okay. Appreciate y'all. Have a great night, and we will talk to you later. Yeah. We're just gonna see you. Peace.